So, the Lindsay Clancy case. Let's talk about it. So, her trial is going on as of right now, where there was a case of not just domestic violence, but also first-degree murder upon three of her children, right? And there are women out there who supports this. Mind you, we just had a white woman in Mississippi, literally write a law which makes it legal for you to kill your unborn child anytime. So Lindsay Clancy must have been at Mississippi, must have been at the event where the white woman was sworn in as the primary for Mississippi. And apparently, she thought, hey, I think that unaliving my children is okay because abortion is a thing. So to all of you women who support Lindsay Clancy, you're a piece of shit. You're a piece of shit, and I'm saying it proudly. You're a piece of shit. Because you're supporting a criminal who literally killed three of her children. Three. So, in recompense, you're supporting a murderer while becoming a murderer. Do you know what that means? I'm pretty sure you highly doubt do. Oh, that means you also are an accomplice to Lindsay Clancy. That's all this is. 77 million idiots voted for an adjudicated rapist in the White House, and now we have women supposedly supporting the Lindsay Clancy case. Because, hey, Lindsay Clancy was put on trial for first-degree murder, domestic violence, and harming of civilian children. Now, if you look at the Lindsay Clancy case, I'm pretty sure, because mind you, she's white. So she'll get a pardon from the rapist in the White House, Donald J. Trump. Mind you, if you don't know, if you're white in America, you get a pardon from Donald J. Trump. Because when you commit a crime in the name of Donald Trump, you get a pardon and you get a couple $1,000s off of it. But if you go about doing justice in the name of justice, you get called the N-word, get called a bad name, get death threats off the wazoo. I got called on the cops last time. But hey, to you, nobody's perfect, right? Nobody's perfect. Nobody is perfect. In the name of God. Look at what the Sanhedrin did. They crucified Jesus in the name of God, all because Jesus couldn't conform to their religion. The Sanhedrins literally said, we have Abraham to our father. And when Jesus came into Jerusalem, he saw the house being built with dens of thieves. Jesus literally said to all the people in Jerusalem, oh, you generation of vipers, of the Sanhedrins and of the Sadducees and of the Pharisees, how dare you make the house of God into a den of thieves? So let me ask you, women who supported Lindsay Clancy, how dare you desecrate the children of God and for you to say it's okay to murder your children? This is who they are. This is what MAGA wants. MAGA wants Lindsay Clancy to get out of jail just so that she can continue murdering children in the name of Donald Trump. I'm pretty sure Lindsay Clancy voted for the adjudicated rapist in the White House so that way she could get out of jail every time she has Donald Trump in her name. And you women are okay with it. Because you women are okay with, Donald Trump raping y'all's in dressing rooms. You're okay with Donald Trump raping your daughter. If that was your daughter named Lindsay Clancy, what would you do? Me, if I was a judge and I saw Lindsay Clancy on trial, if I was a judge, immediately I will put her in the guillotine. What does Mark chapter 9 verse 42 says? Let me give you a direct description of why Jesus said, in particular, whoever rapes my children, beat their ass. For whosoever defile can mean anything. Whoever murders, whoever rapes, whoever kills, defile can mean anything. For whosoever defile these little ones who believe in me to stumble, it will be better for them if a great millstone were hung about his neck and was cast into the sea. Jesus, basically out of context, said, whoever rapes my children, beat their ass up. Pretty simple, right? Pretty simple, right? Whoever murders my children in the likeness of me, beat them up. Are there any women going to Lindsay Clancy to beat her ass? No, because they support her killing her children. That's what Mark chapter 9 verse 42 basically is saying. That's what Jesus was basically saying to his disciples. Whoever defiles my children, because we're all created in the likeness of God, whoever defiles them, beat them up. You don't see Kitty Paquita doing that. You don't see Sped Noodles doing that. You don't see freaking Zekun doing that. You don't see freaking anybody else that is in my friend circle. You don't see them doing that because they don't want to be uncomfortable. I am disappointed in you. All of you women who literally went out of your way to support Lindsay Clancy, I'm disappointed in you. You were supposed to stand up for the people, but I guess, because you love Donald Trump so much, maybe the people don't matter to you. Because Leviticus chapter 19, verse 33 does not apply to you. Love your neighbor as yourself is one of the greatest commandments Jesus told. It's not one of the 7 commandments, because the 7 commandments, we couldn't keep them. It says it in the book of Romans. We couldn't keep the 10 commandments. So Jesus told us 2 commandments that are greater than the 10 commandments. Jesus told us 2 commandments that were greater than the 7. The first commandment is greater than the second. Trust the Lord with all your heart, with all your mind, with all your soul. You never did that. Then Jesus said the second commandment, which is unlike to the 10 commandments. Love thy neighbor as thyself, for these commandments sums up the law of Moses. You never did that, did you? Sure. So, woman, when you go up to God on Judgment Day and God is asking you, why did you support a woman who murders 3 of her own children? I'm pretty sure you're going to say to God, but God, I own the libs. I supported Donald Trump in the name of you, God. And God's going to ask you, who are you? I'm sorry, but when was the last time raping your children was in the Bible? When was the last time killing your children was in the Bible? Do you see these people? Alex Preddy and Renee Good. Did you ever talk about their lives and how their children are affected? Did you ever care about their lives? Oh no? What about the 187 schoolgirls that were bombed in Iran? You ever cared about their lives? Oh no? I'm sorry, but you're not on the list. I'm sorry, but you're not on the RSVP list to the gates of heaven. I'm sorry, but depart from me. I never knew you. Why? Because you don't love your neighbors. In as much as you did not feed the homeless, you did not feed Jesus Christ. In as much as you did not talk about the death of Renee Good or Alex Preddy, you did not talk about Jesus Christ. And these will go into everlasting punishment, but the righteous to eternal life. So to all of you women who supports Lindsay Clancy, half the day you voted for. You voted for a rapist in the White House, so I'm pretty sure you voted for Lindsay Clancy to get out of jail. Have a white day.